This is the city, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The locals love their brats, brewskis, and baseball, but sometimes life here takes a bad hop. July 20th, 1976. Hank Aaron playing out his career with the Brewers, homers against the Angels. So what, right? He hit 189 of them in Milwaukee.
That is number 755. It is 5-1 Milwaukee.
But when it turns out to be the last homer he'll ever hit, and the ball is missing, that's where I come in. My name is Ryden, Nick Ryden. I carry a camera. Actually, this bozo carries the camera. I get the credit. But enough shop talk. Thursday, June 9th, 8:30 a.m., Albuquerque, New Mexico. I was working the day watch out of sports when a call came into the shop. The boys in Germicide smelled a louse. A piece of baseball history was missing and had found its way from Wisconsin to New Mexico. I told them to call back when they finished watching Carmen San Diego. 8:51 a.m. I went out for a paper, but I got more than a buck's worth of news. The missing ball case kept returning like a Steve Howe comeback. The news guy knew something.
Arn.
Say what?
Arn.
Go take an antihistamine, man. You sound like a barking dog with sinus problems.
Richard Arndt. He's your man.
So I'll book him.
Can't.
Can't?
Can't. We have another 2 minutes to fill.
So I'll book him slowly.
One problem.
What's that?
He says he's guilty.
So?
So, no one wants to believe him.
I nodded my head so he'd think I knew what he was talking about.
He has no idea what I'm talking about.
What?
Oh, nothing. Just thinking.
9:22 a.m. I went to see Richard Arndt myself. I was all ears.
I was working on the ground crew for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Well, how'd you get the ball?
I was positioned out by the left field foul line, and Dick Drago threw it, Hank Aaron hit it, and I retrieved it.
What happened as a result?
I decided to keep the ball. The next day I got a phone call from my supervisor, and he indicated that since I had taken Brewers property, my job was being terminated. I didn't think it was fair. Earlier in the year, I had gotten a home run ball that Sixto Lescano had hit, and nobody asked me to return that one to him.
10:14 a.m. While Arndt babbled, I returned to the scene of the crime. I had to see it for myself. Plus, I needed the frequent flyer miles. I snooped around County Stadium.
You a groundskeeper?
No, I'm Bob Euchre. What do you think?
Funny guy. Ever seen this humyuck?
Aren't? Yeah, he used to work here about 20 years ago. Whatever happened to him, anyway?
You really want to know?
I asked, didn't I?
Contact your cable company.
Cable company?
Order the Deuce and watch this piece.
11:07 a.m. I drove back to Albuquerque. Arndt's mouth was still going 60, but my patience was on empty.
Okay, Mr. Groundskeeper, dig me up the ball.
11:53 a.m. Arndt took me to his bank. It was no Cooperstown shrine, but whoomp, there it was. History and horsehide. Or was it? I ran it through forensics. 2:34 p.m. The results were in.
Hey, Nick, we got the results.
Yeah?
Yeah, you were right.
I was right?
Yeah, it's a ball.
But was it the ball or a ball? Hank Aaron himself wasn't convinced. He wanted to see a lie detector test. Arndt said, okay.
Okay.
Are you telling the truth about that being Hank Aaron's home run ball that set the record?
Yes.
In a few gut-wrenching minutes, the verdict was in.
He's telling the truth.
4:12 p.m. The video that came across my desk hit me like a Roger Clemens fastball. We had a match, but he had the ball, still. But before we could put this case to bed, another one reared its ugly head.
Hey, Nick, some goofball says he's got pictures of Marge Schott wearing earrings.
Before sinking my teeth into that one, there was only one more thing to figure out. Why was I wearing a fur-lined black trench coat in Albuquerque in June? It's a detective thing. You wouldn't understand.